Hello dear students, how are you? Last class we will discuss on the topic the concept of human development. It is clear to all of you? Who introduced the concept of human development? Good, it is Dr. Mehbubul Haq. According to him, the human development is a development that enlarges people's choice and improves their lives. The basic goal of development is to create conditions where people can live meaningful lives. Okay. Today we are going to discuss pillars of human development. The human development is based on these pillars. What are the pillars? The pillars of human development, there are four pillars: equity, sustainability, productivity, empowerment. Remember it: equity, sustainability, productivity, and empowerment. And now we'll discuss separately on these pillars. Equity, what does it mean? You know, equity, just like equality, it refers to making equal access to opportunities available to everybody. The opportunities available to people must be equal, irrespective of their gender, race, income, and in the Indian case, caste. It's so simple. In simple meaning, all are equal in the eyes of law. There should be no discrimination on the among people on the basis of their caste, creed, region, religion, like that. Okay, good. Now, next one is sustainability. What does it mean? Sustainability means using the resources with conservation so that it should be conserved for the future generation also. Simply, sustainability means continuity in the availability of opportunities. To have sustainable human development, each generation must have the same opportunities. All environmental, financial, and human resources must be used keeping in mind the future. In simple way, we should not misuse the resources. If we misuse, it may exhaust, and it will not be available for future generation. So sustainability is important. Simple meaning you have to remember, with all the resources should be used in a way that it should be conserved for future generation also. It is clear? Sustainability. Now next one is productivity. Productivity here means human labor productivity, or productivity in terms of human work. Such productivity must be constantly enriched by building capacities in people. Ultimately, it is the people who are the real wealth of nation. Therefore, efforts to increase their knowledge or provide better health facilities ultimately leads to better work efficiency. So it is productivity. Now, next and last one, last pillar of the human development, empowerment. Empowerment means to have the power to make choice. Such powers come from increasing freedom and capability. Good governance and people-oriented policies are required to empower people. The empowerment of socially and economically disadvantaged groups is of a special importance. In our society, huge gap between the unprivileged and privileged, or you can say the rich and the poor. Lots of facilities are not available for these poor. If they are unable to get food, shelter, clothes, how can we say our society is developed? So empowerment is also important pillar of the human development. The poor people, disadvantaged people, also they must be considered, think they are also a part of this society. It is important. So powers, remember, pillars of human development: equity, sustainability, productivity and empowerment. So remember it. But now next portion, approaches to human development. It is also important part regarding the human development. What are the approaches of human development? There are many ways of looking at the problem of human development. Some of the important approaches are the income approach, the welfare approach, minimum needs approach and capability approach. Income approach. This is one of the oldest approaches to human development, where human development is seen as being linked to income. In ancient time, in the older time, how development is measured by the income. Who have higher income group, consider they are developed persons, developed families, a developed society where the maximum people are rich. The idea is that the level of income reflects the level of freedom an individual enjoys. In this condition, you must remember, higher the level of income, the higher is the level of human development. Two sentences must remember. What is it? The income approach is seen in human development is seen as being linked to income, and higher the level of income, the higher is the level of human development. Next, the welfare approach. This approach looks at human beings as beneficiaries or targets of all developmental activities. The approach argues for higher government expenditure on education, health, social, secondary and amenities. What is meant? People are not participant in the development but only passive recipients. The government is responsible for the increasing level of human development by maximizing expenditure on welfare. Clear? The welfare approach, this approach looks at human beings as a beneficiary or targets of all development activities. Okay. Next one, minimum needs approach. Yeah, it is also called the basic needs approach. The approach was initially proposed by the International Labour Organization (ILO). Under this approach, 6 basic needs: health, education, food, water supply, sanitation and housing were identified. the question of human choices is ignored and the emphasis is on the provisions of basic needs of defined section. It means each and everyone should get these basic needs: health, education, food, water supply, sanitation, and housing. If these basic needs are available to all, it means there is a human development. And the next and fourth approaches of human development is capability approach. This approach is associated with Professor Amar Sen. Do you know Amar Sen? A Nobel Prize winner, a great economist. Anyway, this approach is associated with Professor Amar Sen. As per this approach, building human capabilities in the areas of health, education, and access to resource is the key to increasing human development. What does it mean? If you want the society should be developed, the first we should increase the capability of human building. What are the how it be increased? By the health, education, and access to resources. Clear? Building human capabilities in the areas of health, education, and access to resources is the key to increasing human development. Health, education, and access to resource. These are the key areas of human development. I will discuss on it in the next class. Today, I think two topics you must clear it. First, pillars of human development. Second, approaches to human development. Okay. If you have any question, queries, you may ask to me. Okay, thank you. And the chapter is continued. Next class we will discuss on the other portion of this chapter. Okay, thank you.